여러분 안녕하세요. 저는 건 리차드라고 합니다. 이번 어디까지 같은 민족이 있다고 같은 민족이에요. 대해서 이야기를 하고 싶습니다. Hello everyone. Hello everybody. I'm Richard Gon of Back to Live podcast version. So this time I began to, so here is a quiz. Let me pose a quiz. The question is which language was I speaking out in the beginning of this episode? This is a question. So maybe most of you know the answer, and maybe most of you know that the languages I have learned are English, Chinese, Korean, and Russian, and my mother tongue is Japanese. And what I spoke out is not what I spoke out is not Japanese language, because as you have heard, I stumbled. And this time, so the topic I'd like to talk about is by where or how far are people the same people, or how far or by where are people are the same race, about which I'd like to tell you some stories. And first of all, what the translation or interpretation of the language I spoke out is, as I told you, by where are people the same race or the same people. And the answer to the question which language was I was speaking out is Korean language. But there is a possible answer that the language I was speaking out can be a Tamil language. Why I'm saying this is because this is related to the topic, or this is related to this episode anyway. So main topic or mainstream of this episode. So what I'd like you to know is that maybe some of you, or few people know that Tamil language and Korean language have some common vocabulary. It is some people may know that Tamil language and Korean language have similar or common vocabularies, and of course Korean language and Japanese language have many common vocabulary. That is because both of our countries are hugely influenced by Chinese culture or mainland China, which is why Korea, there are many common vocabulary, or there are many words having the same meaning between Korean language and Japanese language. But such languages are such common languages are derived from Chinese culture. And the vocabulary I'm telling you is really a simple words. And for example, appa, oma, and according to that website, there are some easy words there are some simple words or easy words or basic words shared by Korean language and Tamil language. And such things happen in Asian cultures, or the cultures or the countries of colored people. For example, in this case, first of all, let me explain the location of Tamil people. Tamil people live in southern part of India, while Korean people live in Korean Peninsula. So where Korean Peninsula is, maybe most of you know the location of China. Maybe so China is located under Russia. So if you please take a look at world map, and maybe if you're living in European countries or United States of America or Canada or Australia, anywhere is fine. So if you live in Northern Hemisphere and Australia is in Southern Hemisphere, so if you live in Northern Hemisphere and if you live in European countries, so Japan is in eastward or east, the rightmost part of the world map. Please imagine that. So maybe in the world map of Western cultures or Western countries, so the Europe is in the center, and United States must be the westmost part or western part of the world map, and Russia is northern part or northern part or slightly right side of the world map, and China is located eastward or and southern part, southerner than Russia. I don't know how to say, but China is located under Russia in world map, and India is located under China. So there are some countries. There are some countries in the south of China. So India and Southeast Asia are Asian countries. India and Southeast Asian countries are located under or below China, below mainland China, and India is located westward than Southeast Asia. So Tamil language is used in the southern part of India or Indian Peninsula. I don't think Indian Peninsula is a correct word for the country in India. Tamil people live in south part of India, or Tamil language is used in Sri Lanka, which is located near the southern part of India. Sri Lanka is located near the southern part of India, and Tamil language is the official language of India and Sri Lanka and Singapore. Anyway, Tamil language is such a language. While Korean people live in the not east of China. So Korean Peninsula is located on the right of China. Korean Peninsula is not included mainland China. So anyway, what I'd like you to know is that Korean Peninsula or South Korea and North Korea is really far away from the region where Tamil people live. I will tell you again. So Korean Peninsula and the southern part of India is really distant each other. But there is a linguistic connection between Korean language and Tamil language, and this kind of case happens in the case of the countries of colored people. For example, another example is that Madagascar. So Malagasy language is in fact Malagasy language is an Austronesian language, and what Austronesian language is, or what Austronesian languages are. The language is spoken in, for example, Indonesia and some island countries or some islands in Pacific Ocean near Indonesia. So what I'd like you to know is that Madagascar is really close to Africa, and the southern part of Africa is really far away from Indonesia, which is located in Asia. So what I'd like you to know is that Madagascar is really far away from Indonesia or other Austronesian countries, but Malagasy language, not Madagascarian, nor Madagascaranese, but Malagasy language is really close to Austronesian languages, or Malagasy language is categorized into the category of Austronesian languages. Like which, so what I'd like you to know is that if you're interested in learning some minor languages, or if you're interested in acquiring some languages, having small numbers of native speakers. So, for example, if you'd like to learn Tamil language, you can use the knowledge of Korean language if you have learned Korean language. Like which, if you know some Austronesian languages, for example, if you have learned Indonesian language, you can apply the knowledge to learning Malagasy language. Like which, if you'd like to learn some foreign language, what I recommend you is to search similar languages. Like if you'd like, for example, another approach is that if you'd like to learn Korean language, and if you're a native speaker of Tamil language, I don't think so, but it's possible to use the knowledge of Tamil language to learning Korean language, for example. And if you'd like to learn, for example, any language is fine, but if you'd like to learn Malagasy language, for example, what the knowledge you have to use is Austronesian languages, like the knowledge of Indonesian language, for example. So like which, if you'd like to learn some language, what you should do is to look for similar language, or similar and familiar language to you. By doing which, you can accelerate learning new languages, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So going back to the original title, by where or how far are people the same race is, what I'd like you to know, or the conclusion is that, or the answer to the first question is that, Korean people are different from Tamil people, so they are really different each other. So once they might have been the same people, but through the historical movement, or through in the course of human history, they got separated with some event, or under some circumstances. Anyway, I'm sorry, I don't know much about such events which caused the separation between Korean people and Tamil people. But there is a linguistic connection between Korean language and Tamil language. But like which, if you'd like to learn, or if you come to have to learn some minor language, for example, it might be helpful for you to search or investigate some closer languages you might have learned, or you might possibly know, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.